Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Vance Like Fan here. Wanted to do a video for today. It's a little different. Different in the fact that there's not going to be any ripping of cards. There's going to be some cards, but this is going to be very similar to one of those videos where you see someone going out to a storage unit and bringing out old cards, or going to a flea market or yard sale or something like that. But a little bit of background or context about this video is that when I first started in the hobby back in the early 90s, I wasn't a typical kind of like, been collecting since I was a kid. I don't even remember baseball cards as a kid. I don't remember that being a thing. Maybe I had somewhat of a knowledge of it, but just not something that I did. We might have had some baseball cards now that I think about it, but just not something that I kind of thought about it. I mean, someone gave them to us or something like that. Anyway, when I joined the Navy in 90, a friend of mine got me into the hobby, and that's where it was for me. So one of the cards that I eventually found was a card that had a little bit more sentimental value to me because I was a veteran, different things like that. And that was one of the 1991 Topps Desert Storm, Desert Shield cards. And that was a card that when I got back into the hobby back a couple months ago, back in September, October time frame, I thought about. But what I did was, a couple months before I got back into the hobby, I know I keep saying back into the hobby, I had moved all my cards into storage. And I was just kind of making room for, for a visitor and different things like that. We were going to be allowing someone to kind of stay in our home for a while. So I had to clean out the spare closet, right? And but when I got back into the hobby, I'd gone and I'd got all the cards out of there and was going through them and different things like that, and just could not find that card. Well, this weekend was my birthday, so this Topps Jumbo was supposed to be a birthday rip, and as you can see, it's still unripped. It's going to come. It's going to come pretty soon. So it's going to be a belated birthday rip, and I'm really excited about that. And I will absolutely make sure that that is something that I can share with everyone. But my youngest son and we went back to that storage unit, and we scoured those boxes and came across the boxes that said "My Junk," and I opened it up, and there wasn't. I'd looked in that bin before, and for whatever reason, I didn't really look, age-old story, didn't look deep enough, right? So when I got down to the bottom of the bin, there was these two brown paper bags in there, and I picked up one, and as soon as I picked it up, I heard something just fall to the very bottom, and I had that sinking feeling like, oh my God, that's just it. And I knew then that, man, I was really in trouble, because back in the 90s, we did have penny sleeves, we did have card protectors or top loaders, and I knew it was hopefully in a top loader because at one point it was in a binder, and I took it out of the binder for fear that it would get creased somehow. And so, long story short, I start digging cards out of this box, out of this bag, and here's some of them right here. And I don't know if you can appreciate it, but from the side there's dust, and I don't know if you can see it fall down, but there's a stack of cards here that I dug out of there, and they do have some discoloration on them, and that is dust that was in that bag. I don't know where the dirt came from. Got some ideas, but you know. So, and these are cards that I have to go through. That's the Carlos Beltran 1995 Era card. This is one LeBron on it. So if you know, you know. And there's a lot of Paul Molitor, Nolan Ryan loves dogs or loves animals kind of stuff, right? And Craig Biggio stuff. Well, I was so disappointed disappointed in hearing those cards, and that I did a terrible job of protecting them, that I just actually gave them to my son and just said, hey, you start going through these as I start fishing them out. And he did, and probably about 10 minutes later, no, not even 10 minutes, sorry, maybe about 3-4 minutes later, he says, Dad, this is it, I found it. And the card that he found was this Cal Ripken card. And I was going to show you guys, I was going to pull it out of its old sleeve and protector, if you can tell. Look how cloudy these things are. So I pulled it out. Actually pulled it out today and cleaned it up. And when I was cleaning it up, you could actually see where the card was, and I was wiping the stuff off, and it had an outline of the dirt and grime and stuff. Okay. So I'll show you this card. Put it in a brand new penny sleeve, put it in a top loader. And I know I'm probably going to get killed on the channel about it should go to one touch. Or if you really care for it, you really value it, it should go into one touch. I get it. I've used a one touch in the past, and just did not like, I don't know if the card just didn't fit in there well or whatever it was. It was an older card, sort of like this, and was just not happy. So as you can see, the card looks like it's in fairly good shape. The corners don't look bad. That left corner up there, maybe a little soft, or, you know, but the card looks really, really good. The centering looks really good. It's got the gold embossed Desert Storm stamp, and that's Cal Ripken, you know, and the Iron Man. If you know, you know, right? So found that card, really happy, and that was the card I've been looking for. But I did come across a jewel case as well. Jewel case, if you can see, it's a little cloudy looking too, and it's got seems like it's got a break in it and different things like that. It seems like it's in pretty good shape. It's not opening and stuff. But in this jewel case was a handful of Andy Van Slyke cards, and Andy Van Slyke being my favorite player. You know, so I didn't open those cards until today. And when I opened those cards, you know, I was just going through them and knew I had to kind of clean them up. But so I'll show you the cards. These are just random. That's a 92 Upper Deck. Diamond Skills, you know, I think he won like 5 gold gloves. This is the Bowman's Best Refractor. I'm not sure the year. I'd have to look at the year on this. This is an SP hollow, right? Get it back down so you can see it. So back when SP, you know, SP is famous for having the, so it's an Upper Deck product, right? They're famous for the Jeter and the Rodriguez rookie. Not like this one. This is an old score card, and it was because he was in the old throwback uniforms. And as you see behind it was his rookie. And I'd forgotten I got it, or had this card, because I recently ordered a couple of these offline. Card's not in great shape. I mean, you know, the centering on the back is not that great. The front doesn't look bad. The corners are, you know, I'd consider them strong. They're not terrible corners. And that was the order that they came in. And then at the very end was this card. It's another 1991 Desert Shield card, and you see Andy Van Slyke in his 18 Pirates uniform. Corners look fairly decent. That left one, maybe a little, but as you can see, and the centering isn't too bad. I think it's a little heavy on the left, right, than the right. And then another card I found was a Steve Avery. You know, he was a battery mate with Glavine, Smoltz, and of course Maddox back in the early 90s. And guys, so when I had these cards, got them from my local card shop back in the 90s, knew I had the Ripken card. Forgotten I had the other two, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say it because Andy Van Slyke is my favorite ball player. So I really wanted to share this video with you guys. I wanted to share these cards because I don't know how many of you guys have seen these cards. And I do know there's some fakes and forgeries out there and different things like that. I guarantee you, I promise you that these are not what they are. I've had these cards since the early 90s. Or mid 90s, somewhere around 94, 95, somewhere around there. So I've had these cards in my collection and forgotten about two of them. So I wanted to show this to you. I got a lot of cards in here. I've gone through the other ones, the real dirty ones like I was showing you, and I've kind of thumbed through nothing to the significance of these guys. So I wanted to share that with you, and I, you know, hope you guys would think about sharing this video and sharing the video, because I don't know how many people have seen these cards. I've looked through YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I've seen some stuff, and then there are the Desert Storm cards or Desert Shield cards out there that are really kind of like the tanks and the troops and different things like that, and Schwarzkopf and all those guys, and I have some of those too. But again, these are the cards that I wanted to bring to your attention. Really hoping that you would consider sharing the video, or even liking it. Liking it really helps the algorithm, helps it get out there, and you know, lets YouTube know that, hey, we need to probably be sending this video out to people to kind of see. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and also wanted to let you know that I just went past 18 subscribers, and you know, 18 to me is kind of like there's 18 people who want to watch my videos or who look at my videos, but 18 is significant because it's Van Slyke's number. And so I thought, hey, when I did have 18, as soon as I hit 18, I'm like, hey, I may do a giveaway, and I will do a giveaway. The thing about it was, when I got to the 18, that was on Saturday, that I noticed that I had 18, and I was in such a great mood because I found this card. Didn't know, because I didn't find these cards until today, as a matter of fact, which is the Monday. So this video probably won't be going up until tomorrow, but again, I'll let you just let you know that I'm planning on doing a giveaway here pretty soon. Haven't really decided on what that's going to be. Maybe a blaster box or a couple hanger boxes. If it's a blaster box, or if it's a hanger box instead of a blaster, it's going to be of the same value. So it'll be two hangers and a blaster, something like that. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll give you some more details about that, and hopefully look to do the giveaway sometime in the middle of the week, and it'll be for the people who are subscribers to the channel. And so what I'll probably do is do a rip video and have you to comment to the channel, and I'll have you to comment. I'll come up with something, you know, and have you to comment, and then the folks who comment, I'll do a random randomizer or something like that, or figure it out somehow, and then I'll inform you, and then you'll just have to send me your mailing address, and I'll send you the free gift. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about finding these cards. Really excited about doing a giveaway. Really excited about growing my channel. So I appreciate a like, a follow, a subscribe, and share. I really think sharing this, because again, I really want people to know that these cards exist. You know, that these Desert Shield cards exist, and that they're out there. And maybe that's something that, hey, you'll be at a card shop and you'll be able to, or at a card show, and you'll see these and you'll be like, hey, what are these? And have the opportunity to pick up one or something like that. If they're ungraded, you know, you can probably get them for, you know, maybe less than 100, something like that. But the graded ones, you know, they, depending on what they're grading, and these will be tough grades again. And I fully plan to send these off to PSA to get them graded. I've never done that before, but I fully do intend to do that, just to get them in slabs, not to sell, because these two will not leave my collection. You know, Steve Avery, I'm not as you know, loyal to, for lack of a better term. But these guys here, I remember watching his Iron Man when he did, the day he tied it, and the game he broke it. He hit home runs in each one. And you know, my wife was pregnant with my son, my oldest son at the time, and she was a big Cal Ripken fan. But you know, then Van Slyke is my favorite ball player of all time. So so yeah, so that's the video. I hope you guys really appreciated the content, and I'll stop rambling and I'll go ahead and sign off. So again, I hope you liked it. Please consider giving me a like, a follow, subscribe, and sharing the video. And until the next video, Van Slyke fan out.